Oh my goodness, the plot thickens.
This is great. This is great. I love this.
Baker Mayfield has now requested a trade. As first reported, I believe. It's hard to keep track of who first reports anything nowadays, so I'll just give it to Tom Pelissero and his sources. Cleveland has been hoping to move forward after its Deshaun Watson pursuit and offered to fly to Texas to meet with Mayfield. Oh, so now they just, okay.
You know what this
but
is?
from the QB's perspective, the bridge is burned and it's time to move on now, okay? To which Baker responds, the Browns have told the Browns have responded telling Baker Mayfield's agent that they are not accommodating his requests, a league source tells Mary Kay Cabot. So Baker says, I want to be traded. We can't move forward. The Browns says, nobody's going to love you like I do. You're not going anywhere. If I can't have you, nobody will. Either you're on this train or you're not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, again, sometimes I'm more right than I realize. This is abusive. This is dysfunctional. This is toxic. Can you believe? Now they're going to force him to stay? I know he's under contract. Yeah. See, Michael, now it's so funny how you and I switch places with the stories. Because now I'm on the side where it's like, is this really
now
what you want?
You're sympathetic.
Well, but this is but not in general. Not in general. I'm sympathetic in this instance because as average, as mediocre as I believe Mayfield to be.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody.
Now it's great.
There's
a great drop from like a 79.5.
There's a right
you got
and a wrong
70.
way to love somebody. Okay, this is how you show somebody that you love them. You go openly flirt with an upgrade at quarterback. Then when he predictably asks for a trade after he predictably put his feelings on Twitter, you then say, nah, you're staying here? You gonna hold him hostage? This is where I go Mike Tomlin. Want hostages, not volunteers. Somebody wanting an upgraded contract is different. To my knowledge, the Cardinals, have not gone and shopped for another quarterback. That's different. This is Baker Mayfield,
what is that, too
Adam
far?
Schefter. It's in the mutual interest of both sides for us to move on.
Okay, gone.
The relationship is too far gone. Yes, it's typo. The relationship is too far gone to mend. It's in the best interest of both sides to move on. That's from Baker Mayfield. Obviously, it's in the best interest of both sides to move on.
Oh, my God.
Only the Browns would decide to lock Baker Mayfield in his room.
Hey, listen. This is why, reason number 742, why I love sports. Because, you're really just talking about relationships, you're talking about business, you're talking about people. I mean, the games too, talk about the games too. But this is leadership, this is conflict resolution. All these things are wrapped up in this story. And you know what this story has echoes of? So it has echoes of last year. Okay, talent levels are all different, the examples I'm going to use. But that's why I say echoes. A little bit of, I kind of hear an influence there and hear an influence there. I hear a little Aaron Rodgers trying to get out of Green Bay, but for different reasons. No, I'm saying, but wanting to leave, and your employer said, nah, we're not doing that.
This ain't the same ballpark. This ain't the same league. This ain't the same effing sport.
Traces.
Not even traces. Only thing they got in common is a trade request. That's it.
Okay.
They both play the same position and a trade request. But that's not even a trace. It's not even a trace.
Okay.
That's not even a trace.
And I'll tell you what else it has a trace of.
No, it's not.
I'll tell you what else I hear.
Okay, try again.
What else I hear?
See if we get a better one this time.
It's fine. No, it's there. Aaron Rodgers is there. I'll tell you who else is there. Ben Simmons. It's Ben Simmons of hearing something from your boss that's true, but just pisses you off and you can't go forward anymore.
Okay, that one I'll give you. That one's much better. Much better.
I don't need you to give it to me.
Much better.
I don't need your approval.
I'm here to hold you accountable.
I don't need your approval. Okay?
Somebody got to hold you accountable. Okay, I'm telling you, the Aaron Rodgers one, not even the same thing. Ben Simmons,
yes, it is.
Okay, much better.
He wanted to go. He wanted to go, and they wouldn't let him go. So that's the connection there. But Ben Simmons,
fine.
It was just the feelings. Now this is interesting.
Sure. Sure.
Talk about a reversal. Last year, I'm telling you, hey, Ben Simmons, how I feel for him, and you're like, whatever. Show me the lie, on and on. Now, you're talking about it's an abusive relationship with Baker Mayfield, where what they did is right. What they did was right. Their big
Wait, who's
picture
the they?
was
I'm
right.
sorry. Who's the they? Who's the they? I'm sorry.
Cleveland. Andrew
Okay.
Berry, his staff. Methodology, maybe could have polished that a little bit. But what they ultimately tried to do was get a better quarterback. They said, we're going to upgrade the quarterback. Not just better. We're trying to get a top 10 quarterback in the league. We don't have one.
Yeah.
We're trying to get one. And I'm sorry, you're going to be the sacrifice on the altar.
So you're missing the nuance
And
in
it
my
didn't work
commentary.
out.
So let me try this again. With Ben Simmons, very early on, from the beginning, I said when Doc Rivers was doing his PR campaign to try to bring him back, I'm like, as I'm fond of saying, you can't put the toothpaste back in that tube. Okay? You can't realistically expect him to come back. And sure enough, he never did. Okay? So I can see things from both sides. Doesn't mean that Ben Simmons doesn't have his own flaws and wasn't at fault in his own right with his situation, but I also understood why that situation was untenable from his perspective. Okay? So that's one. The Aaron Rodgers thing, let me just go ahead and do some housekeeping here. They played quarterback and they requested a trade. Aaron Rodgers had no threat to his job. The reason why it's completely different is, one, Aaron Rodgers and Baker Mayfield should never be mentioned in the same paragraph, let alone sentence. That's one. Two, Aaron Rodgers, he was still upset because they drafted an unproven rookie quarterback 2 years earlier and felt some kind of way because he wasn't having enough of a voice in the organization given his status, okay? Baker Mayfield, to your point, is a mediocre quarterback that the Browns sought an upgrade from. I don't blame the Browns for wanting better than Baker Mayfield. You're the Baker Mayfield fan on this here program. What I blame the Browns for is expecting sensitive-ass Baker Mayfield, emo-ass Baker Mayfield to not respond in this way. He is not built much like Ben Simmons. That's why the Ben Simmons situation is a great comp on your part. Baker Mayfield, right. And these two dudes are two peas in a pod. Ben Simmons was a much better comp on your part because Ben Simmons was not capable of going back to Philadelphia and thriving in that environment. Baker Mayfield is not built to go back to Cleveland with 1 year left on his contract. That was where it all started. They never committed to him. He is not built to go back to Cleveland for an organization that wanted better. Because in his mind, I'm not an elite quarterback. I'm not a top tier quarterback. So for Cleveland to just say, nope, we're not going to accommodate your requests, that's okay. You're asking to continue in this dysfunctional relationship. That's where I blame Cleveland. It doesn't mean that I think Baker Mayfield is some great quarterback who deserves better. No, he doesn't deserve better. Because there's much better quarterbacks out there, namely Deshaun Watson. But the Browns can still be mishandling this at the same time.
All right, so I just want to point out, at the Thanksgiving table of sports discussion, I will give you, nuance. You give me traces. As a matter of fact, I have an assignment for you. Look up the word traces and tell me what it means. It does not mean...
And I told you, traces is plural.
It doesn't mean...
Traces is plural.
It doesn't mean...
They were quarterbacks who asked for trade requests. Okay,
it doesn't mean
there's traces with a lot of people in there.
It doesn't mean 100% facial recognition software.
Comp.
It's not 100%. It might be 2%. It's 2%. It could be 3%. Stop it. No. You're missing the word. You're missing the word.
I'm not missing the words. I understand the words.
You are.
Here we go.
You
Baker Mayfield
don't get it.
is emotional, passionate, and takes everything personally. It's what makes him him. And such a match for the city of Cleveland. Now, after 4 head coaches in 4 years and his team saying it may like someone better, you want him to not be emotional and not take that personally?
Thank you,
Of course.
Thank you.
So if you're the Browns,
she's right.
This is what you got. It goes back to what I said at the top of the show. We don't disagree on this, Michael. You got to know your significant other. You got to know what they can handle and what they can't handle, and he can't handle that. He's taking it personally.
Okay, that's fine. That's for Cleveland, and that's a Cleveland misstep. But let me come back to you though. Let me come back to you because you're being critical of him. You're saying, hey, sensitive sensitive Baker Mayfield. Look, it's all right. Every athlete, as I said earlier, some athletes will take that as fuel. Yes. And that's not necessarily, and I don't know how healthy that is either. It works for them. They'll take it and they say, all right, I'm going to show you. Other athletes, other employees, let's go beyond athletes, other employees will be like, wait a minute, this is messed up. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're going to do this? You spent all last year telling me we're all in this together. We're in training camp. We talk about family, building each other up, keeping it in-house, all this kind of stuff. And now you just go throw me aside? It is Baker Mayfield's response. Actually, if we're talking about real life, Baker Mayfield's response is the more appropriate real life response, whereas other athletes, that's different. Okay, maybe that's rare. But what he's doing, I understand what he's feeling. Just as I understand why Cleveland.
Yeah, I hope you don't think I disagree with that. I never said I didn't understand why he feels it.
Sensitive ass.
He is sensitive.
A little dismissive. There's no dismissive though. But
he is sensitive.
Sensitive in a positive way. You're saying it in a dismissive way. It's a little sensitive.
Okay. Quarterbacks, unstable creatures. Okay, you have to treat them differently. Most quarterbacks don't go year to year. Most quarterbacks who think they're franchise quarterbacks or who are franchise quarterbacks, that's why most of them don't play under the franchise tag. That's why most of them, to bring back Kyler Murray, don't have their agent. Bruh, listen, maybe it's because I played in high school. I know these dudes, okay? Most of them don't have their agent putting out statements about contract negotiations. That usually doesn't end well. Most of them don't put out lists of hypothetical places they'd like to be traded in the event that you would trade him. That usually doesn't end well. So likewise, okay, if you're Cleveland and Baker Mayfield, yeah, okay, let me say this. He's extra sensitive, more than most. Because one guy that hadn't said a damn thing, as we mentioned earlier, is Matt Ryan. So Baker Mayfield, the only one that put out a letter saying basically goodbye to Cleveland before they broke up with him was Baker Mayfield. I didn't say that I didn't understand Baker Mayfield because I understand the mentality of quarterbacks. And I understand where Baker Mayfield is coming from. He's also mediocre, and the Browns have also badly mishandled this situation by publicly flirting with Deshaun Watson and then expecting their quarterback to take it and like it. That's unrealistic. That's completely unrealistic. So meanwhile, reports are flowing in. Baker Mayfield has strong interest in the Colts as a potential destination. I see another report where the Seahawks have discussed exploring acquiring Baker Mayfield at quarterback. So maybe the Browns are just posturing right now. Maybe when they say they're not going to accommodate their request, maybe it's the same as the Seahawks saying we have no intention of trading Russell Wilson.
All right, well, before we go on to the next topic, I just want to get this straight. Did you just say you understand quarterbacks, that you played quarterback in high school? Did that come out?
I was being facetious.
Did you say that?
I was being facetious.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure.
I'm saying because I was being facetious in that.
I was about to
here's what I'm saying.
Uncle Rico. I was about to give you the Uncle Rico treatment.
I'm about to be extra obnoxious, which is saying a lot. At every topic when it comes to quarterbacks, I've been right. When it comes to quarterback disputes with their teams, I've been ahead and right on every single conversation we've ever had about these quarterbacks. Every single one.
I'm not keeping score.
So I'm telling you. Somebody has to. So that's what I was being facetious because I played in high school. I keep my own stats. So I'm being facetious because I played in high school. It's not that you don't know the mentality of a quarterback. I'm simply saying there is a thread. There is a through line here. Okay, between all of these guys as it relates to there's a certain way that you handle quarterbacks, and that is with care.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.